Yes, so Sabrat come with this understanding. Once we explain these basic things, the next question is what is the economic benefit of smart manufacturing? This is an obvious question that a businessman always asks. You keep talking about these fancy things at different stages, but what exactly is the benefit that I'm going to reap out of this? So the next question was, what is the economic benefit of smart manufacturing? So let me explain him what exactly, and the same way I'm explaining to you also. The great economic potential that we have in smart manufacturing is basically to accelerate the decision making. That is very important aspect because if you want to be competitive and if you want to reduce the T2 and T3, that is very important part over here. Uh, so it's an important part is that as you accelerate decision making and the adaptation process in the system, the changes can happen in the real time, and you will be able to correct the processes in the real time. You will be able to make the changes into the process. You will be able to produce the product mix into the real time. Actually, I think that's how the question being and explained to him. Now let's understand what this adaptation is. So let me quickly explain you what this adaptation is. So let's take an example of one of the facility of the Samrat's factory. This is the factory that he can have or he has visited. So in this particular factory, you have a facility. Let's take that 11:15 a.m. in the morning. There is something happens in the factory. That's the temperature of this panel is 75 degrees centigrade, which is not expected. So the event has happened actually. There is something has happened in one of the facility in the factory in the morning itself. Now you see the point at 12:05 when when someone visited. So when someone visited from the maintenance, he see that the temperature is now 75 degrees centigrade. We come to know about this rise in temperature only at 12:05. So it means that insight to the facility is available. Insight to this problem is made available at 12:05. And then there's a time being spent while getting this information. That is what we call an insight latency. Means the event happened at 11:15 and the insight is made available at 12:05. Let's see that what will happen next. So with this insight, you will hire someone, you will depute someone to do the analysis of this problem. Why this is happening? Why the temperature is being increasing so frequently, or why it has been increased today? Why this component is failing? Why this has happened actually? So you engage the experts, basically doing a lot of calculations, come out with some analysis, produce you some result at around 1:35. Even if you put a lot of pressure, he missed the lunch and he will come out with his analysis. There is a cause to this. So this is what the time that we lost in analysis. And we call this an analysis latency. Next, see that what will happen after this analysis being done. So there are certain decision makers in the organizations, maybe the senior people who are supposed to make some decision based on the analysis. So at 2:45, I think this some decision comes out from their experience, understanding, book knowledge, maybe through their past learning. So that is how this has happened, and then decision being approved at 2:45, something to be done to the system. And this we call as a decision latency. Then what happened? Once the decision is being taken, doesn't mean that the temperature reduced from 75 degree to 45 degrees centigrade that is expected. No, it will not happen. So now what is required? So in the facility, we depute someone to do some changes. Again at 3:15, I asked the engineer to go and make some changes into the program or make some changes into the environment. And then finally the temperature comes down to 45 degrees centigrade. And then the measures take effect. So you have approved the measures at 2:45 p.m., but finally the measures took effect at 3:15 p.m. So I think that's how the normal adaptation process works in the factories, basically. And this the time after the measures approved and finally the measures took effect, the time that we spent or lost, we should say, is an excellent latency. So there are a lot of latency in the whole process. So if you see that the event took place at 11:15 p.m. a.m., and finally the correction happened at 3:50. I have considered a very accelerated process. So though this is a kind of a hypothetical situation, but I have taken this in a very accelerated process in this case. And then even after that, you see that there's a 4 hours of the production loss. So once the event happens in the facility, there are various stages. You will see that the first of all, the information about that event happen available at some point of time. Then you spend some time in analyzing why this has happened. Later on, someone has to approve the measures to be taken, and finally it has been implemented. And during that time, I'm not talking about any severe breakdown right now. I'm just talking about a simple use cases of just a rise in temperature. But if the severity is more, even if you will be going by this route, you will end up in losing more than 4+ hours. Let's consider the same situation, but this time let me talk about how the smart manufacturing can help Mr. Samrat to understand this. So 11:15 event takes place. Again, the temperature rise was 75 degrees centigrade. It's fine. Now I have connected my equipment with the Internet of Things. So this IoT is already in place. And with the real-time monitoring, I will not lose much time, though I just factor in because of the least count over here. I just take 1 minute is the time. Otherwise, this will happen in few seconds as well. So let's assume this hypothetical situation, 11:16 a.m. the insight is available actually. So immediately from the Internet of Things and then real-time dashboarding and alert notifications, the information that the panel temperature rise to 75 degrees centigrade is immediately made available actually to the people who are concerned with this. Interesting. So then the latency, now you see that it's come to just 1 minute or even less than that also. This will be possible. So we have explained Samrat that this is possible only when you have a real-time capability inbuilt into the facility. Otherwise, again, you will be just losing the time the way I have explained in the previous slides. So this is very important aspect over here. You can build a real-time capability in your facility. Then after this real time, the instance, the information being captured at 75 degrees centigrade temperature is now in the panel, immediately the analysis start happening at the back itself because you deployed the computing system this time. So what happened at 11:18, my algorithms run at the back and then it complete the analysis. So analysis latency reduced to just 2 minutes. And then it will give me some results. And this is possible with the kind of data analytics basically that can happen. It will dig out the pattern from the past and it will dig out the learning that happened from the data captured from the systems, applied some of the machine learning tools, do some analysis. It will say, yeah, these are the reason for this problem. So that's how it has happened. So you save a time on this. So this latency get reduced. Now, we still hope that this decision making will happen with the help of a people who are responsible for it. We are not going into the autonomous decision making at this stage. So we have given enough time, but the data representation and visualization in such a way, the person responsible for taking decision can take decisions very fast. So that's how the measures can be fast approved, because even the system may suggest these are the possible remedies for this problem. So that the data is being presented in such a way, you can reduce the decision latency, means that the visualization and the decision support system can be built on the data that has been captured through the analysis. I think that's how you will be able to implement the decisions fast. You will be able to take a decision fast. At this stage, the decision has been taken. So 11:25, the decision has been approved and the implementation will be so fast. 11:26 a.m. you will see the results coming up, so that the temperature of the panel will be reduced to 45 degrees centigrade. Measures took effect very fast, and this is what the extent latency, and this is possible with the cyber physical integration that has happened, because the whatever decision has been taken in the system being communicated to the physical machines, the action being implemented, and finally you will be able to see the results happening. And then in the whole process, it's too pessimistic right now, but you have lost 11 minutes only as compared to the 4 hours that has been lost in the past procedures. So the production lost is 11 minutes, and out of this 11 minutes, if you see that I have just factored in 7 minutes for a person to take a decision based on the visualization. So still I'm just considering the human factor into this. If you try to make it more autonomous, as the goal is to the later stage, even you will be able to. So these numbers are just to give you a quick glimpse, basically how the adaptation works in the facility. It's how the technology will be helping you in adapting fast. The changes can happen in the real time. That's how the idea is to explain over here.